Great day, great day. Let's let us little come on in. Let me get my cup, y'all. Hold on. I had to go get my cup. Great day. Yes, you all let me know where you logging in from. Make sure you definitely subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. Tonight it's gonna be a little different. I'm here to answer all questions, concerns, and comments. However, I'm going to do a little teaching as well. I'm going to be real reading from the DMs. So if y'all ask, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell it exactly like it is. Hey, 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 you guys. Hey, Leah. Hey, hey. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Cassie. You guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. We have Monroe, North Carolina in the building. Brunswick is in the building. Listen, Washington, D.C. is in the building, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you definitely subscribe. Thank you. When they say thank you, I took that side. And also definitely, y'all know one thing about me: strategy, baby. Strategy, strategy, strategy. That's why I was telling Miss I don't I said I was gonna talk bad about that lady and talk down. But baby, one thing for certain and two things for sure. Anyone that really knows me, they know I don't bother nobody in real life. I don't bother nobody for real. You have to give me a reason and you have to, and that's what they did. That's really what they did. So the first question, as we go along with this, I want to also be educational. I want it to be educational. I really do. Because a lot of people want to learn how to do content, how to do steps, and I'm going to show you exactly how I strategize this whole layout and rollout from the beginning. Now, I will be totally honest and say that I was threw into a public situation without my knowledge, without my permission. I definitely was. And I asked them nice people, why did you do that? That's how all of this started. That's how all of this was created. So to go back is how you shouldn't use that same way how I'm going to do it. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to be honest about it because that's the only way I know how to go. That's the best way I know how to go. And my thing is one thing for certain and two things for sure. Honesty is the best policy because when you are honest, you don't have to rethink anything. You don't have to recap. You just going to go ahead and let it flow. You're going to be honest and speak what happened. And that's exactly how I'm going to roll it out. And that's exactly what I'm going to tell. And as I said, we're going to build in this process. Because when you're building a brand online and you building anything, there's ways that you do it. You have to understand, even in controversy, you're still able to build your coins. So when this nice lady called me live, now one thing I will say is this: I am not a person that I like drama or foolishness. I don't stand for that. That's how this even got to this point. So I'm gonna play a recording tonight. Y'all gonna say she always recording something or somebody is yeah. Because baby, one thing I'm gonna have is my receipts. Is my receipts. So I wasn't, trying to make this go this way or anything such as that. I'm pulling up the recording. I wanted to be fair. So the first thing I wanted to do was go to her personally, offline. You and Tim and Joe don't sound like y'all at the concert. I went to her personally, one on one, online, without all of this, and tried to, talk like adults, the women that we are. However, I guess she didn't like that because she felt embarrassed. And one thing about me, I'm gonna stand on boundaries. You did not have my permission. I didn't ask you to put me on live. I didn't ask you to do all that. We had not spoken in months. So for you to jump out there and do something as such was very, very, it was like brand suicide. Very unethical, if you ask me. Because if I'm a person and I'm on live and I'm explaining something, far as the notion of telling people how to get paid on social media, which I'm really not even sure if she does. I'm just saying, no shade, no whatever. Because if you were in that space and those astronomical numbers that you were calling out, all you had to do was show your analytics. You wouldn't have had to call me, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, nor Mike. You would have had receipts and been able to show what you were getting ready to explain a lie about. That's what you would have been able to do. Instead, you chose to try to call somebody that you know was believable, I would say, was reputable. But then you turn around in the same gesture when I said, I have a course. You don't know how you didn't know I have a course on that. That was very puzzling to me. So for the questions that was, okay, how did y'all get to this point and how did it all start? That's basically how. It's nothing more, nothing less. It is the video that I showed when she called me on live. I did post the text messages today. A lot of people may say, well, now you're posting everything and you're doing this. I'm like, because, baby, one thing, I'm going to be very strategic behind anything. Not one thing you guys heard me be derogatory. You didn't hear me curse or anything because now I'm not going to say I don't know how to curse, baby. I will cuss you from a slipper to a boot boo if I get there. However, I don't practice on allowing myself to even be pulled into something as such. If you see the text messages, that's really what got me off of my rocker, y'all. I'm going to be honest and very transparent right there because in the text message, she referenced my kids. She was like, what she did for them while I was in prison. Not to mention, when I went to prison, my son was 5, he 18 now. My daughter was 2. She 14. So I was like, if you did anything for them, which none of them said, their grandma didn't say, nobody said. Your mother was the one that went to the free food bank right there on Alzheimer and got the stuff for them. Your mother is the one when she used to see my daughter all the time. Her mother have given my child money because she's her godmother. So for you to get on there and try to use this as a way and say you've done anything for me or my kids, baby, you really drove the bus, almost drove the bus off the wagon. Why did you do that, Tutu? They say they was in the bushes when she called. She said, no, 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 no. And that's exactly what I said. I'm going to play that one first. And I'm just going to let you all know I am Dr. Stella Dior, and I'm a mother of 6, and I teach people how to turn everyday life into content. Now, I am human, and I strategize, and I also structure, and I share my life and experience online. This was a part of my experience. It was something that I was experiencing. It was something that I went through. However, I chose to do it in a positive way because, baby, a good read is what I do. I know how to articulate myself very well, and I know that I'm the main one that this young lady always calls on for information. to vent to say things. And now I will be 100% honest. It's a whole plethora of stuff that I did not say, did not use, and I will not, because I'm the person I'm gonna take to the grave now. So I was woman enough today to extend an apology to an individual that, her name was mentioned during this. I called her name, even though I didn't bring her in this. Mr. Nice Man said, you said it. So you told him that. However, I held myself accountable because I had said your name. Even this, I love the video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, plasma. So going through all of that, it was a process. And one thing about me, I said, you know what? I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to continue to talk about it. And I'm going to also educate from it. Is it any of y'all on the line that's interested in doing and learning how to do content the right way now? I'm not talking about on a Jesus going to do it, and he did it, which God is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we can ask or think. However, baby, you got to have a strategy when you're doing it. And a strategy is not getting on there telling them people they're going to get a free necklace and a chain the shipping be whatever them nice people allegedly said it was. I'm just saying. Thank you. You saying my hair look terrible. It's mine. You know it's mine, right? Uh-huh. And when you styling and doing, I could twist it up like this. You don't even have to like it. I love it. I love the look. When you want to book the look, book the look. That must be her bots or somebody on here. But I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm the one. And the two. Let me make sure I didn't miss any reputable questions. So if you all have any questions or comments, you definitely could ask because I'm going to answer them and I'm going to answer them honestly. Hey there, one sweet peach, one sweet Georgia peach. I was definitely gonna give a roll call, but y'all know they be going up so fast. So a lot of people were asking and had emailed, well, DM me, and they were saying, when you get ready to go through, I just want you all to know this. People are going to lie to the death of them. That's just people, especially this force that we're dealing with. Baby Miss Ma'am don't want to be wrong. She don't want to be looked at in a different way, in a different manner. And my thing is, I wasn't here to make you look bad, boo. I wasn't here for any of that. The thing was, you came for me in a manner that was unappreciated. And I addressed you as a grown woman to express that and explain my feelings toward that and let you know how I felt. And you chose to want to go live and everything. So we had to get to the bottom of it. Thank you. Yeah, you could cut it off. Good night. Thank you. So we had to, as the people would say, take it to the street. And I didn't mind. I really didn't mind. When I said what I said, I meant what I said. So this first recording that you all are gonna hear, which I played it on the what was it? I played it on the interview when she called my name out. I was patiently in the comments. And if you all were on the live, then I was, indicating to the young lady that she had on there that never should have been on there trying to advocate for her business and things. I'm like, as a grown woman, you should have never allowed that baby to be on there facing that type of black backlash or that type of situation when she got through in there and didn't have anything to do with it. If anybody know me and y'all know me, I haven't changed and I don't change. I know a lot of people in Brunswick don't care for me, but if you're with them and you're wearing that feelings on your sleeve, you got to ask them what she did to you. What encounter have you ever had with her? A lot of people don't even know me. Most don't like me because of the confidence that I carry that exudes when I walk. When I walk in a room, my confidence alone commands the space. And it's not that, oh, I believe I'm all that and all that. No, everything that I've been through, I've earned this anointing. And I'm going to be so honest with you all. Y'all know where they came from. Come on, somebody. Y'all listen. I'm gonna be very transparent. My team had to hold me back, and I feel and I pity for that young lady over there because that's what's lacking. You got a bunch of these yes men around, people that you have to buy, that you don't have real genuine people that surround you, guiding you and giving you an honest thing. Like, girl, sit down, stop that. You looking like a hot mess. You're sitting on here telling one story, this story, when none of them is adding up, and the math is not mathing. So you have to get through that to understand what you're getting ready to go up against and for. So this is the first recording that I'm gonna play. Hello. She don't want something me because I don't do the fake and I don't do the phone. Ain't no listen nothing because you shouldn't have never called my name. But since you said, man, I can tell me what I want. That's social media. Aren't you in the hospital? Get you some rest. I'm not gonna run it up. But all that fronting and thumping, I'm not Thomas. I'm not that little girl. I was in the comments commenting. What? Mom, I would never disrespect you. Oh no, because you know how Shashika play. And I'm not on that. She took it to another level. No, she want me to speak. I'm going to speak. And then I don't even know what she calling me for. I'm overseeing all that. But no, because Shashika mouth, her mouth right check, she know her behind won't cash. Yeah, and that's my platform and I can. You shouldn't have never called me on live. How many times I've asked you not to do that? I love y'all. Y'all need this. It hurt me with the stuff she do. I'll talk to you, but I ain't got no rap for Shashika, and she know that. Good night, Mom. You want to talk to me? I'll be in Brunswick tomorrow. I'll be in Brunswick tomorrow. That's that recording that you heard right there was the night right after the live. When she got off the live saying, oh, she didn't want me on there, whatever, and you felt safe enough to call me after you went on a public platform and tried to display this, whatever it is, you guys make sure y'all share the live. Share the live, definitely subscribe. And also, y'all, I started my new cooking page, Cooking with Estella Zio. That's the plug, y'all. If you're interested in building and you're strategizing to do your content, you're going to be just like building and going how you're going to go. The next question they have is, do you think y'all will ever reunite and join each other? No, no. And it's not because I don't forgive her, because I do forgive her. And I still have the love in my heart because the words say love like that. However, there's a certain line and a certain boundary with me that you don't cross. I see a lot of people in Brunswick, no shade. I just never saw it in Miami. I don't know if it's because they cut throat or whatever they want to see or say, but I see a lot of people in Miami. You fall out with your best friend, you go live. Once it reached the internet, baby, it's over. It is over. Once you put kids in it, it's over. It is over. And for me, that is over. One, because I've covered you for so long. When I say covered you, meaning saw you doing stuff that you was like literally committing brand suicide, things that was unethical. Now, as your associate, I've always told you or shared with you that that's not right. That's not a good look. That don't look good. Get down here. Come take them to use the bathroom, mama. However, a person is grown. They gonna do what they want to do. Let me see if y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns. Yes, please. Hey there. So I've always spoke up on those. Hello, Gianna Burner. Is that the little girl? Hey, if you on here, also tell Lashika to pull up a chair. She could definitely join in. I told her anytime she want to have a effective conversation, she could do it in the comments because I don't got nothing to say to her personal now. I stand on what I said, and I said what I meant, and I meant what I said. When I tried to speak to you, you didn't want to talk then. It's nothing to talk about now because it's gone too far. It's definitely gone too far. So the subliminal text message, I mean the subliminal lives and everything, It could that. And you could tell your mother she don't have to call me no more. Crying, talking about her liver, her spleen, her heart, nothing. I would never disrespect Miss Darlene because she is my elder and one, I don't play by my mama. So I'm not going to do something to someone else that I don't want nobody to do to mine. However, there has to come a time that you stop, upholding that and tell her, like, listen, you got to stop. Not you being on there using the word of God, saying, the blood and it's a great day and Jesus is the lamb and Mary was the fruit. You have to call her out on that. I understand that, yes, she take care of you and yes, she pay the bills. However, if you're going to stand in truth, you got to stand in it. And that's just clean cut, dry like it is. And I said what I meant and I meant what I said. You all definitely could share the live. Make sure you definitely subscribe. I'm gonna drop these tips really quick so that you all can write them down that want to, that choose to, if you know somebody that's interested in them, so that they could be very helpful for them in the learning process, in the building process, so that you can understand and they can understand. Not saying, oh, like they slow. It could be a process of they're saying, I want to do content, but I don't really know how to do it. Now, yes, I have a community. I have a course. Yes. Contrary to what that nice lady said that I don't have anything. I don't have a bit. What? Baby, you must ain't do what I did. Check your records. Check your stats. Do your research. But maybe that's hard for because really, y'all, my associate over there really don't know how to read too good. Did I say that? I did. I did. It's evident. It's evident. I said what I said and I meant what I said. May not say much, but I throw a jab every now and then because I can, because I will. Next question. Do you think you were up with her kid? I'm not going to answer that because her kids have nothing to do with this. I'm not going to even discuss that. Nothing dealing with a person kids. I'm not going below the belt because about mine, you might get your neck blocked off. And that's just that. So if you want questions answered or anything, you can ask about any adult. Leave the kids out of it. And you may say, oh, well, they are adults. That is true. However, they're someone's children. Because I don't care how grown mine is. Don't play with me. Don't do it. It won't be good for you. Mm-mm. So if y'all have any questions, so that was exactly how it started. That was the recording that was shared before then. And if anybody noticed, even on the recordings, like she didn't know she was being recorded, true enough, but that's how I speak. When I talk to her in person on the recording, that is exactly how I speak. That's why she was able to be normal and how she was able to talk. And it's not that I'm saying like, oh, I'm a bully or I'm this and that. No, It will be, how I'll be running with these killers and backing down. No, I'm just playing. I'm saying that I don't have to try to be something that I'm not. Hey there, Carolyn, Hugh 1187. How you doing? Hello, hello, hello. And I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate y'all for stopping by, from tagging in. So when she got on there and began to say the things earlier, like she was implying that she was talking about Thomas. And I'm gonna only speak Thomas' name because we have spoken. And his name was mentioned through the process. However, if you're on here watching or you hear this and you don't appreciate that, if you let me know that, I won't do that again. However, I feel you are a part of this. You are a part of this story, a part of the situation that has been going on. And it's sad for what happens to you, of how she tried to do you. Now, I will say, get over here. Get up here. Y'all know I'm a grand puppy. Y'all say hi to the people. You doing too much. You know what I told you, you a black dog. You don't do all that. Now sit down somewhere or go get in your bed. Sit down while grandma talking. For everything that happened to him, it was a lot. And I could only sympathize with him because when a person controls your way of how you live, how you provide for yourself. That's just like a lot of employers. There's a certain way you're going to carry yourself. There's a certain, level of professionalism that you're going to hold. And believe it or not, it ranged from fear a little bit. It ranged from fear. So for me, Dre 17, Q 61, the same amount of time your mama been one. Listen, I get food, so baby, I wish I had some food stamps. Could you give me some? I don't mind purchasing a little bit. Hi, thank you. Uh, So I guess those her box, but they don't know I love a good laugh. I love a good jokey joke. And I'm very confident about me, baby. It's nothing you nor her could say. Okay, she said I'm not that Gianna. Okay. So yes. Yes, not obvious at all. And one thing that I have shared with her, because from her background, being that and she's told this testimony numerous of times that she dropped out of school in the ninth grade. Even to that, no shade, you have so many more people in life that has that same testimony. However, when you experience something, what you do is go and create to become a better version of yourself, a better version of yourself, so that you can elevate your mind, you can open your mind, because it starts with the renewing of your mind. And I have always shared that with her. And even though I don't want to drag her mom in it, but Miss Darlene, if anybody could tell you, baby, it's Miss Darlene, and she tells you, Stella, what she's the one who could talk to her and get her right, because I've never been a yes ma'am. I've never agreed with the shenanigans and the foolishness, because I don't feel that it's needed. And when you're building and growing, especially at the level that you were capable to get to, because right now, my sister over there almost broke. Yeah, I said it. And I'm just being honest. I'm just saying, maybe I shouldn't expose that part, but it is what it is. I don't know how or if that lady is fully buying that man. I just know what the streets say. But I do know he really don't show too much of an interest. But then again, that's maybe his demeanor, because what I've been told, because y'all heard on that recording, I don't know that man. And he don't know me. So when that nice lady always used to call and, ask questions about women, I will speak on that piece, because I received two calls from her on two different occasions about two different women. One I had encountered because she was doing my photo shoot for my facial product, my skin product. Y'all make sure y'all check that out too. I sell it to yourskincare.com. Listen, I didn't know who it was. It's obvious he don't want her, but the fact he's still there is crazy. Well, you put yourself in shoes. If you done 13, 12, 13 years now, one thing about it, I'm not gonna come for Mr. T. Because Mr. T ain't done nothing to me. Mr. T was doing what he was asked or what he was pressured into doing to prove a point. Yes, you are very wise, Cassie. You are very wise. I hate that she preys on the elderly, making them think that her products are cured. And that part right there is when I say that man up above, baby, that man up above, because you don't do that. You don't do that. However, I've once had to operate in the realm of desperation. That's why you over there acting like you a whole flea market. Had you been wise enough to do it strategically, when the situation happened, you had enough people around you that was educated, that was knowledgeable, and could have helped you. However, because of the certain licensures they held, she wanted to take advantage of them. I would have put that thing in my kid's name. I had someone else to educate them on how to run it, and baby, I would have still been the face of it, but from the back end. But when you have an aura and a fear that you don't want anybody else to excel, it shows. Absolutely. Now with the products and what What the mission Mira, come put them on the back porch with the one thing that I will speak on that I know for a fact, and I know is when the mom was saying about the stuff made her lose weight. You know that's not true. You know that didn't happen. You know we had the weight loss surgery around the same time. I don't know if y'all know the old Stella when I was a little roly poly, almost 300 pounds, when these three chins and two stomachs was just big. She had the weight loss surgery as well. And I know that for a fact. So when she started saying those things, giving the claims about I was like, oh, glory, what's going on? However, I've been advised by some of the workers, the people that work there, saying that her daughter make her say those things, or she tell her she not gonna pay her bills. So it's a lot. It was very messed up when she started using God. Very, very, very. And this is the reason why I told the mom that, listen, buckle your seatbelt and stay in your lane. Because you don't want to hold her accountable, and you don't want to make her do the right thing. So it's just like you asking somebody, have you ever done something and regretted it? They saying skincare combo 5 is not why her skin is like that. It absolutely not. She bleaches it a little bit. I don't know. The people saying she obsessed with a couple of women. I don't know, because she was a beautiful girl. She was a beautiful girl. You have turned yourself into looking nothing shy than a sexual blow up doll. And it is what it is. I say that very disrespectfully because you have. Yes, I still have that garbage 100 and do what she advertised it too. So at some point and some level, this is what I'm gonna break down before I let you hear the next recording. When I told her mom, I'm like, listen, you see the things she's doing, and you're not holding her accountable as of saying, listen, that's not right or whatever. You guys definitely shared a live. Didn't need to do anything with herself, but kept growing and glowing. That's all. That's all. Because let me tell y'all something. I've never been a hater. The girl had something so bad that she was able to, baby. Yes, you are able to be a multi-millionaire 3, 4 times, and probably had, because she had accomplished the goal of what so many others wanted to do, far as be able to collect Medicare payments. But greed will have you in situations and places that you really will be sitting on the bench like, what? What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? So for her to put herself in a situation as such, and like when she's so elegantly be saying, and I, oh yeah, some went to prison, they was in the system, baby. My charge occurred in 2006. 2006, when I was living in Miami, Florida. I got indicted in 2013. I self surrendered and turned myself into federal prison in 2016. I came home of March 2021. However, my hustle, my goal, my grind, whatever you want to call it, would not be hustling others out of their hard earned money. I will not. And there's a way that you could have that it could have been done. That you could teach from a level, but how could you teach someone you're not the brain and you're not the engine? You can't build a brand if you're not brand material, if you're not coachable. Now, one thing I could say, baby, that mouthpiece, she would sell ice to a Eskimo and water to a whale. But far as sitting down and teaching somebody how to redo it, that's why you guys never wondered why another medical health care or medical home care, you didn't need to use the same name. One thing for certain and two things for so. You could have it all and you could lose it all. But when you grind and get it and build it, you will know how to do it again. Thank you. You will know how to do it again. I know because I manage multiple home health agencies in Maryville, near Indiana. My boss was a multimillionaire before he reached 35. That is a valuable point right there. That is one of the largest growing businesses outside of trucking. And like, yeah, trucking is a $1 billion industry. So we're going to go right here with this for the ones that may be on here, because I briefly touched on what happened and everything to understand what triggered the chain of events. I learned a long time about emotional intelligence. So when you control your emotions, you can change. When you control your emotions, you're able to control everything around you. How was it? You can control everything around you. Oh, number she is so I called and it's trying. I should have. So you got to understand that. You have to understand that. I'm not going to answer that question because it's redundant. That part don't need to know. But if you're in the realm of wanting to learn how to do content, you have to first know emotion and content don't mix. It does not mix. My team, your team has to be a beast, just like you. Just like you. Just like you. And yes, I'm here to promote my business. I'm here to promote my brand. I'm just telling you like that. However, there's different levels that you use to create that stream of income, to create that flow. I would never get on here and scream out money goes. But baby, I guarantee you in each four of those bank accounts, hello. But that's what I always used to tell her. It's not attractive to do that. It shows desperation because people that's used to money and about money, you're not gonna be over there slinging money. Y'all see my baby? DJ, say hi to the people. That's his friend. That's little DJ. The one that my baby don't like foolishness, y'all. He already was up there when I said whatever she claimed she did. He was he's talking about, come on now, come on. Come on now. You too grown for that. You too grown for that. And I'm explaining to him that I'm not being messy or wrong. I'm telling my story and I'm gonna strategize to grow in the process. If you all look at my platforms across the board, if her brain and engine over there stopped today behind that platform, that nice lady, baby, it's gonna be trouble, trouble, trouble. But when you are building something, you need you a team, and your team must be a beast like you. You don't need no young or old yes people around you. I mean, they're gonna agree with everything that you do. And that's what she has over there. That's what she wants surrounded around her. And I saw for one somebody that was on here that have worked for the company. I know it's a couple of more because baby, they looking and lurking. You show me one person. It's except for one person over there. Except for one person over there that I know. The one that I told y'all she stole from me. But listen, you show me one person that have worked with her, that have connected with her, and she's helped them. And when I say help, mean showing them the game, showing them the ropes, or to help them build. Then she said send 89 for shipping and, and the 10. Listen, I'll wait while y'all show me that. I'll wait. But you all definitely show me that. You can't because it doesn't exist. There has been people that was very talented, very knowledgeable, and could have grown her. The reason why I don't gatekeep is because you help enough people get what they need, you're gonna get what you want. And if you flip it around, if you help enough people get what they want, you're going to get what you need. But you have to have structure, strategy, and knowledge. That's why it's so funny. And I was laughing so hard because why would you need to call me? Why did you call me on that live? You know me in real life and you know me in person. You could have what should have happened was you sent the text and say, hey sis, I'm on live. Can I call you? Or could you come on and talk to these people? I would have been more prone and open than to come on and share a couple of nuggets, then drop how they can enroll in the Boss Lady Tribe or connect with my company. I don't want to be the only one eating. I'm not trying to be the only one leveling up. I work with so many big brands, so many people. And I thank God for that because it's nothing I did. It's all him to start that me. You let me know how that millionaire class go with no refund. Oh my goodness, did it say no refunds on us? We don't know what that mean. And I feel for the people that goes on there. The records that I put out last night, I did send them over there to Peachwood because my thing was after last night, it was draining. It was really draining. And I was enjoying it. So I was like, Stella, stop. Just leave it all alone before you get scammed out of your money. Shop Timu. Listen. Listen, big ballers, listen, Edior, and that is why you will continue to be blessed and prosperous. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I tell people all the time to be honest, you don't need someone to teach you how to do content. You just need a strategy on when you're going to do it and how you're going to do it. Everything is content. Your strategy will be your message and how you push it. Oh my glory, she said no refunds. Listen, I can't. I promise y'all, I haven't been on the site. That nice lady don't cross my mind, never crossed my mind into all of this. And now that I say, you know what, what is going to be. So let me leave y'all with these steps and then I'm going to show you, let y'all hear the next recording and we'll move on and I will capture you guys the next time. So if you are interested in building your brand and doing content, you want to learn what you're actually going to talk about. When you know what your mission is, what your content is going to be, that's going to help you captivate your audience and you will be able to notate what you're going to talk about when you talk to your audience and how you're going to structure and strategize what you're going to do. But the real lesson is going to be in it for you to understand and know that emotions and content do not mix. They do not. I made some notes so that I could definitely keep up with it, you guys, because I was just going to be in here to tell the story. So if you feel that you are an emotional person, you must pause before you post, pause before you create. Take a deep breath and really analyze if this content is going to do three things. Is it going to educate them? Is it going to empower them? Or is this going to give insight? Once you're able to lock that in and know what you want to do and what is the purpose of your content, you're going to know that you have a masterpiece on your hand. And just because something get views doesn't mean that it's going to help build your brand. You have to understand that likes does not equal paychecks. People randomly come showing up thinking they're going to convert. It does not happen as such. I had to strategize. I had to learn and educate myself on how to create different offers to get to there. So my first low ticket offer is $9.97. That's my ebook. With my second tier offer, it's $27.97. Yes, it is a paid subscription, but you get strategy tips and you also get options with me. You have to understand where you're going with it when you want to go. So that's what I wanted to touch in tonight. Before I get up out of here, did y'all have any other questions, comments, or concerns? What's the best way to structure in your opinion? You definitely could inbox me, Perk Franklin. Hello, beautiful. Hello, how are you? Hello, hello, hello. Oh, let me let y'all hear this last recording for tonight, at least. You all definitely could the link is on my website, which my website is www.esteladiorenterprise.com. However, if it's strictly about content, use the link on my Instagram. My Instagram is Coach Estella Dior because that is strictly about Instagram. Going through my website, that is my coaching strategies, and it's a different entity. Giving away for tutoring is business. You should must have good grammar and good intelligence. Her vocabulary is low for a millionaire. That is something that I did express. I was like, you spend money and invest in yourself to learn, to better you. Now, with this recording, the problem that I had with it was because I'll just let you hear it. I don't want to explain it. Shashika should have texted me. No, she should have texted me and say, I'm on live. Can I call you? Or do you got a minute so I can call you? I didn't know she was on live. I didn't even know them people was recording her. But not even that. Shashika gonna call me before with somebody on three-way, then call me with that telly boy. Like, that's messy, and you would have me in jump. She ain't telling that boy. What's good, Kim? Country. Like, what if that man would have put his hand on me? Don't put me in that. What's up, Kim? Right there, I feel you're trying to call me and tell me how I should have handled it when you should have been advising your daughter why you call a lady on live and then ask her. That's why I didn't care to have that conversation because I didn't feel that it was even gonna go anywhere. I feel that it was gonna be null and void. So that's why I didn't care to have that conversation. But listen, you guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. It's been nice. Listen, I will be coming more live. We're gonna be having the conversations, and I will be so honest with you. I'm talking through this so that you will be aware because once I received the questions, I said that I was going to answer them. However, our lives is going to be about growing, building, and educating to build and create your lane. I hope it's content on what you want to build. But until next time, you guys, let me make sure everybody definitely subscribe, share the live so you could tell a friend and tell a friend what they say. She's back. Also, please definitely, yes, follow Cooking with Estella Dior. The platforms are Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. All of them if you can. However, whichever one that you utilize the most. So until next time, you guys, I am out. Mwah.